how the hell are you, my friend?
Well, listen, I'm only here until you guys can get Kyle Orton, and then I will cede my spot. You know he's the guy that you want. You know who's the one who the people want. How are you guys? It's great to hear you. I've been listening to the entire show. Jurko, I'm sorry I'm messing with the lunch rush, but I'll do my best.
Yeah, no, not a problem. It's been interrupted like 4 of the last 7 days.
You have no idea, Kyle. The silly little
I totally understand. And let me tell you something. Not only do I wish I could be with you guys in Vegas, I want to see pictures of you guys going to Allegiant Stadium on foot, crossing Las Vegas Boulevard from the Mandalay Bay when Carms had 6 bourbons and lost $5,000. Like that's going to be some sight. I cannot wait. Send me pictures, please.
Half of that is definitely going to be true, the bourbon part. Hopefully I haven't lost $5,000. I can't wait for that. It's going to be so much fun. It feels like football is here. And I always say it's a little bittersweet because it does mean summer is winding down, and the nice weather here, as you know, is kind of precious. But it really feels like it's back. I mean, we're debating things and talking about things and watching preseason games and fantasy drafts. It's on now.
It is on, and yet I got to tell you, it's an oddly frustrating time, the preseason. I call it fake Christmas. It's like you don't really get to open the presents. You just kind of get to look at them, and the presents you do get are bad and fake, and it's like a sweater or something. It's not that fun. You don't get the bike or the Nintendo. That doesn't come till September. Yeah. Instead, you're forced to have takeaways about, well, how did Cam Ward look in the preseason? How did Shedeur Sanders look? How did Jackson Dart? They all look fine, I guess. They're going against backups mostly, and it's okay. I crave the authentic, genuine article, guys, and especially when it comes to the Bears because we don't even get to see some of the presents.
I know, and that's what I was going to talk to you about. I mean, why would they not play Caleb and the starters? I don't know what you think you're protecting these guys from. What was your take on those guys not playing and really no commitment to them playing this weekend against the Bills either?
Here's my take, Charm. I whatever Ben Johnson says, I'm in. I support him. It is such a Bears fan thing to be like, oh, get us a good coach, get us a good coach, get us a good coach. They get Ben Johnson, they surprise everybody, they pay him this money, they get him, and then 5 seconds they're like, what's he doing? Play the starters. No. Whatever he wants to do, I support him. He's the guy who's apparently the smartest guy in the room. He's going to take them to the promised land. If he sees something in Caleb et al. Who's like, I don't want to play them against the Dolphins. We just had a whole bunch of joint practices. He got a ton of snaps. I don't want to do it. I am not going to stomp my foot down. I remember having this conversation vividly during the Matt Nagy years, and shouldn't he be getting Trubisky more in the preseason? I'm not going to do it again. I was blown away and had huge respect for the coaching hire that the Bears made. And I'm not going to start questioning his decisions in, August 10th, August 11th. I'll ride with him. We'll see on opening night against the Vikings, Carm, but I'm not getting mad about it. I have to support him.
I've always appreciated and liked your common sense approach to things. And I feel like we get it a lot when you talk about the Bears, when we talk specifically about Caleb. For I think reasons we know. I mean, we don't have to relive all the reasons. I think we know it. He's got a target on his back from fans, from media alike. It just feels like he has a big bullseye front and center. Is that a little unfair, or is that just the nature of the beast at this point?
It's stupid. It's lazy. It's old dumb jokes being recycled that go back to the 90s. I hate it so much. I hate it. I always say that if you're someone who makes your living by being an internet comedian or online provocateur, you have your clubs in your bag that you hit. And you hit your Cleveland Browns are terrible club, and you hit your Bears quarterback always sucks club. And that's just the dumb jokes and dumb remarks that you make. They're lazy, redundant, and terrible. The internet is comfortable with the Bears quarterback being bad. They love it. You can roll out of bed and make your content that day and get your reactions. The last thing they would ever want is for a successful Bears quarterback to show up and win some games, throw for 4,000 yards, as if anybody really cares about that. I hate it. I think it's one of the dumbest, lamest jokes online is the Bears quarterbacks aren't good. And then, Caleb gives them extra stuff to go after. And how many times are we going to see that shot of him crying with his mom from 3 years ago? How many times are we going to hear about the fingernails? It's all so terrible. It's like you can see 50 more mentions still of his fingernails than you can see of the fact that he went to Lambeau Field and won last year. It's dumb. It's not about football. And it's not from people who watch football.
What do you think is best case scenario or I shouldn't say scenario, best case sort of outcome in terms of how this season is going to go for the Bears?
How the Lions looked a couple years ago, that the Bears in 2025 become one of the biggest stories in the league, and it works and it clicks and Caleb settles in. Listen, this is year 2, and the league's changed. I say this all the time. Year 2 is the new year 5. Like, you got to go in year 2. We're not waiting around anymore. Joe Burrow was in the Super Bowl in year 2. You got to go. And I just feel like for one of the very rarest times since I've been following them, the Bears front office and even Bears ownership are sitting back with a cigar saying, go get them, boys. We've done our job. We got you the coach. We got you this. We got you that. Now it's on the players and the product. So I think the best case scenario is everything works. The offensive line works. They find a pass rush. The weapons of rookie tight end works. And they're sitting there and in December, like trying to win the North straight out. Everyone in the North has faults. Certainly in Minnesota, who they play opening night, has huge question marks. So it's one of these seasons with the Bears right now. It's like if you're not excited and optimistic now, like, what are you waiting for? What the hell are you not? I choose to be positive.
Okay, True Fan Travel and ESPN Chicago are teaming up for the ultimate fan getaway to Sin City. That's right. We're going to see the Bears take on the Raiders in Vegas at the end of September. It's going to be great.
What do you get? Round trip airfare. You get a 3-night stay at Mandalay Bay. You got special live broadcasts of all the fellas. We're going to be there, guys. It's going to be Friday. It's going to be Saturday. It's going to be all the stuff on Sunday. It's going to be fantastic. You get to meet the ESPN Radio Chicago 1000 team, all-inclusive tailgate with all the bells and the whistles. Tickets to the Bears-Raiders game, which is probably the most important thing in the world, and there's more to come.
All right, spots are limited, so do not wait. Reserve your spot today at truefantravel.com.
Boom. Who ends up being the leading receiver on this team?
I would love to say it's a Dunze, Jurko. I would love it. Mm-hmm. And that's, I think, a sexy pick that he's trending upward. If I could choose one guy it would be him. It would be a Dunze by far. It'll probably be DJ Moore. He's still in his prime. He's still fantastic. Top to bottom, he may be the best player on the team at any position. So I still like him. If I could choose one, it'd be a Dunze just so they can grow up, but I would still say it's DJ.
Has anybody knocked Patrick Mahomes off his perch as the best quarterback in the NFL? I mean, there's only a handful of guys we could choose from. Is it still Mahomes?
Now we're cooking. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Yeah, listen, it's philosophically where you come out. If you look at the games last year, there's no one who's going to say Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback. They're just not. He wasn't the best quarterback on the field last year. It's a cumulative thing. It's like best versus greatest. I'll put it like this. Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback to ever live, but I think the best quarterback to ever live is Aaron Rodgers. I've never seen someone play to play, game to game, play the position better than Aaron Rodgers week to week, year to year. So as it pertains to Mahomes, he's the greatest quarterback of this generation, but right now the best playing his position, I think it's Josh Allen. Yeah. I think he's a player of mass destruction who has very little help and can do pretty much anything on the football field. So it's a clickbaity type headline. I don't care. Mahomes has Super Bowl rings. Josh Allen has 0. But he's an amazing, amazing player. And last year he looked better on the field than Mahomes.
Well, I think there is some real nuance to these conversations, and I think you nailed it. I know Mahomes keeps beating him head-to-head in a sense in these playoff games, not that a lot of that is on Josh Allen. Like, I don't know, Kyle, that there's been a better player, forget about quarterback, like a better player the last 3 postseasons than Josh Allen. They've got nothing to show for it, but he's been brilliant. I mean, so I hear where you're coming from. Is this finally the year maybe Buffalo breaks through?
It's just, I know this has been said, but given my Chicago upbringing, it all feels so familiar to watching the 90s Bulls. It's just every time I look at Burrow and Allen and Lamar, I see Karl Malone and Clyde Drexler and Patrick. I just see all those guys. And they're all these Hall of Famers who were so good, and sometimes even MVP. And it just never happened. It never happened because they couldn't get through the guy in the red jersey. And it's the same thing that's happening now. And I feel for those fan bases, like you just keep taking shots at it. But I don't feel for the Chiefs. I remember being a Bulls fan, just being like, screw you, Cavs. You suck. You suck Pacers. You suck Knicks. All of them. I still make fun of the Knicks because of that. And I just feel like we're seeing it play out again. And Andy Reid is Phil Jackson, and it just all kind of works. And these up-and-comers, no matter how good they are, just can't break through, at least not yet.
That comparison feels so real and so relevant. You're right. A couple more minutes with our buddy Kyle Brandt from the NFL Network. It's Carmen and Jurko on ESPN 1000 and the ESPN Chicago app. All right, a couple things, and then we'll spring you some fun stuff. I don't think there was a Bear last year that won angry runs. I know there was 2 years ago. It was Foreman. Get ready for Kyle Monangai, potentially, the rookie out of Rutgers. I mean, he is built like he is a fire plug. You're going to like him, and I don't know, be on the lookout for something good from Monangai. I would say that. And tell us about this series you're doing now that you actually needed Jurko's help with something because you're watching like old classic games with players, and you needed Jurko to talk about the title game when he got hurt.
96 title game, January 96.
So what is this series?
This is the best. This is the best. I'm so excited you guys asked me about this. I'm not even here to plug the show. That's another time. This is to talk about Jurko. A matter of days ago, on Thursday, I'm sitting here looking Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin in the eyes, defending Jurko to them live on camera. Here's the deal. We do this show, we look back at old games, classic games, and we relive them with some of the stars of them. Jurko mentioned it. It's the 90s. It's January 96, so the 95 season title game. It's Packers at Cowboys, Favre, Aikman. Irvin and Smith had 5 touchdowns combined in this game. So we're watching it. I'm getting ready. I'm doing the prep. I'm watching the footage of this game, which happened when I was in high school. And all of a sudden, there's like 6 Hall of Famers in this game. But then I'm like, hold on a sec. 64 for the Packers is making plays. I like this guy. And then I see it. It's Jurkovic. Oh, my God, I know Jurko. And then out of nowhere, people won't remember this. Maybe they will. Jurko takes a low block, some might say a dirty block, from Big Eric Williams, the right tackle for the Cowboys. And there's this highly, highly charged, dramatic moment where you're pushing trainers away, you bleep you to the crowd, and then fights start to retaliate because the Packers are taking up for you. So I think, hold on a second. If I'm going into this show, I'm not going to let Emmitt and Irvin just stomp all over Jurko and make it all about the Cowboys. I know Jurko. I'm going to reach out to him. Jurko sends me a video. We play it back to Emmitt and Irvin. As we're taping, they've not seen it before. And Jurko comes out strong. And how are Emmitt and Irvin going to – they might be like, screw this guy. Who is this guy? No. They actually liked it, Jurko. They respected your response. And I think a lot of it has to do at the end when you use a swear word that Samuel L. Jackson uses a lot. That made them laugh. But it went over big. And I think that you won some respect from them. You have my respect. I think you did great with it.
Yeah, ultimately, I started off just with the basic premises. I was 0-7 against the Cowboys.
Yeah, the
whole point of the damn game is to win the game. That's what we're there for. We're to win the game. But in the process of not winning the game, this is what happened to the good kid. So.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. It gave me peace, but Nate came up to check on me, which was nice of Nate.
Yeah, Nate Newton did, right?
And then I saw Nate at the Super Bowl when it was in Dallas.
Yeah.
And he pointed over to Eric Williams, and Eric Williams had 2 canes, and he was getting his hips replaced. And I just said, karma is a bitch. And then I stopped it at that point.
Classic Jurko, right?
That's all I said. Karma is a blank. And, that's the way it works sometimes in life.
That's amazing.
It's a great, great moment to look back on. The next play after Jurko comes off the field, the Packers hit Emmitt late on the sideline and knock him into the kicking net and almost started a full brawl. Because they were pissed about you getting hurt. It was so cool to relive, and genuine thanks to you, Jurko, for contributing because you made it so much better.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. If you ever need me, you want to fly me out to L.A. to check out one of these other games, you feel free to fly me out.
You're an exec producer now, too, my friend.
Thank you.
And I will say, too, I think the last time I had texted Kyle a couple of months ago about something because I always like when he does a Rewatchables podcast with Bill Simmons on Simmons Network because Kyle brings the fun type of movies. I feel like he has to sometimes sell Bill on these a little bit, but they did, like a couple months ago, they did Out for Justice. And I was like, dude, way to go. And then last week I listened and you got him to do RoboCop. That was great. I remember you did Cobra a couple of years ago. Good work. Keep pushing like those just kind of crazy. They're not B movies, obviously. They've got big stars, and you guys hit a lot of key points about RoboCop and kind of how significant.
What would you like to see? Give me a request. You got me on your list?
God, now you put me on the spot. I should have
We
thought
kind of dried
about
out
that.
Steven Seagal. We've done all of those. We've done a lot of Stallone and Schwarzenegger. Van Damme didn't have as many movies as we remember him having. So I'm always open to the suggestions, and I can pass them on to Bill.
Abdallah just had to go. When has Bill? I mean, they're going on like 400 movies. Have they done Face Off with Travolta and Cage?
I don't think they have done Face Off. That's a great suggestion.
That's a good suggestion, right?
Nicolas Cage at about a 3,000 out of 10 in the overacting scale.
Yes.
That is a great. If they did it, I wasn't on it, but that's a great suggestion. We've already done we've done Roadhouse, we've done all that stuff. So I'll look at it. Face Off's a perfect suggestion.
Fire Face Off at Bill. See if you guys will do that one. Keep up all the good work, brother. Honestly, you guys rock and everything you do with Good Morning Football and everything else. And
when's that thing going to run?
Probably it's going to run this fall. We got time.
Okay.
I'll tweet you and text you and everything because I want to make sure that you came off really well in it, Jurko.
Yeah, make sure we get the details. Keep up all the good work, buddy, and enjoy the season. All right.
Love you guys. Thank you very much.
Catching up.